So today we will be building a Minecraft survival house, and this is a fairly simple build. All you need to have is a decent sized area just leveled out in the world, but the actual footprint of the house is going to be 9 by 5, so 9 blocks long and 5 blocks wide. And you can see me building the cobblestone base already, just the outline of the footprint of the house. And then with the spruce logs, I'm creating these 4 block high pillars, which will be the corners of our house. And then I'm going back around with cobblestone to create our first layer of the wall. And that kind of, it's gonna look really nice because the cobblestone will break up the wood texture and add a bit of color and depth to the build itself. Right now, I'm just trying to get the frame, so to speak, of the house done, and then just slowly starting to fill in the walls with the various openings that we'll need for the doors and the windows. So yeah, I'm just carving out some openings for the windows. I want to have the windows be 2 blocks high and 1 block wide, and I think that really makes the whole build seem a lot more open and airy, and it creates a nice atmosphere for the house. Obviously this is a bit more complicated than what you might build right off the bat in a survival world, because this does require quite a few materials, but you can always change the materials and substitute with other more readily available materials you have in the game. And what I like doing with the windows is using the cobblestone stairs along with the wooden stairs, the spruce stairs on top like this, to create like some sort of like 3D geometry to the building, and creates a bit of depth and really kind of makes it a bit different from regular builds you see a lot of the time. And this just kind of little details like this really make the build stand out. So that's the exterior mostly done. So now I want to start working on the roof, and I have a few ideas for the roof. Just like a simple peaked roof. But what I like to do is when I'm building the roofs, I like to create the inside and fill it in. But on this particular build, I want to do like an accent with the cobblestone stairs off to the side. And this really kind of, I don't know, adds a bit of color to the whole design and makes it pop just a little bit more. And the stairs really can use a bit of help sometimes, making that extra depth to it. And I'm doing the exact same thing on the opposite side, where I fill in like an entire row of stairs, and then I do the accent pieces on the sides. I also add another row at the bottom so it's symmetrical on both sides, and then I start filling in the ends of the roof, so to speak. What I also like to do with the design is, obviously you want to make it symmetrical, and symmetry is has great importance in the design of buildings. But what I'm doing here is I'm adding some spruce logs along with a stone button on the end to create like a little accent piece at the ends of the building. And then I'm just repeating the exact same thing on the other side, following through with the whole idea of creating symmetry in the building. But this does look fairly good in my opinion so far. And then right now I'm just adding a few lanterns around the perimeter of the building just to create some nice lighting. I really try to use the lanterns as much as I can. They look really nice in the game. So I'm just going to finish up the roof. I like to do some spruce logs on the top. It really makes it feel like an old style like cabin that were made out of, they were traditionally made out of wooden logs, which look really cool. So right now I'm working on the floor, and I've been trying different patterns with the different materials, and I kind of like this alternating pattern I've created with different types of wood planks in the game. It just adds a bit of texture to the overall floor, and it breaks it up a little bit. Yeah, that's the interior and the exterior mostly finished, and right now I'm just starting the decorating part of the build, and I'm just adding, typical stuff you'd see in a survival build, or things that you'd normally consider essential. So, blast furnace, smoker, crafting table, bed, lots of storage. Storage is what I find a big problem in survival is you never know where things are if you're not organized, and you end up spending more time searching for materials and that one item that you're looking for to complete something. So yeah, storage is important, so I added a few barrels and a double chest by the bed. And then I'm working on the lighting solution because I wasn't really satisfied with just leaving a bunch of torches inside. I think the lanterns kind of break up the room and give us a bit more wall space, so to speak. I'm just trying to avoid overcrowding the entire build because it's not aesthetically pleasing in my opinion. I had a bit of trouble with this barrel here. I didn't want to line up properly, but there we go. What I like to do in my builds also is create like a little seating area. It's not necessarily practical, but I like having a little extra spot. So I use a little spruce stair, spruce fence, and a pressure plate, along with a little sign to create some detail on the chair. And I just think it really makes the room a little bit more lived in. And then also I'm adding an armor stand with some armor on it, just to make it seem a bit more realistic and kind of lived in. That's the whole idea. It's a very cozy kind of build. So I believe that was mostly all of the interior and the main exterior portions of the building that were done. And here I'm just adding a spruce door to the front because we don't have a door already. And I like to do a little bit of terraforming and landscaping around the property just to make it a bit more realistic. And here I'm doing the same thing with the stairs and the fence, along with the pressure plate to make that little seating area. So you can imagine this is like an outdoor seating area. I accidentally put the sign on top of the stairs and not on the side. And what I really like to do around the house to add some greenery to break up the gray and the brown color of the house is add some leaves to the side. And it kind of looks like some shrubs or like a hedge around the house. So that really adds some color to the building and makes it kind of look a lot better. So there we go. And then what I like to do also in a few of my recent builds is I've created these little planter boxes for flowers where I use some trapdoors around a dirt block and just add a flower on top. It really makes it just a little attention to detail is what's really nice about this. It's just little things you can do to make your build stand out. Here I'm just adding some flowers. I'm no landscaping expert, so I just place whatever looks nice and hopefully it looks alright. There we go. So you can really go crazy with this. I planted a few trees because I always like to have trees around my builds. I just like trees and how they look. Yeah, there we go. And right now I'm just fiddling around with a design I wanted to come up with for the chimney. Now I tried using the stone fence. I didn't like that. I tried cobblestone. Wasn't really sure. I'm not 100% sold on the design. I tried using brick. And it's what I settled on for now, but I think there will be many iterations for this design. So there we go. That's the house itself, and I planted a few trees just to make it a little bit more realistic, and I think this turned out really well. So if you guys like this video, please give it a like, and if you really enjoyed this kind of content and look forward to future content, maybe consider subscribing. I will be posting more of these videos as things progress, but I really like how this house turned out. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.